My name's Danny Simpson, and I'm going to tell you the story of how 15 years ago a nasty piece of work named Johnny Sykes vanished off the face of the earth. He was a loan shark on my estate. I'd borrowed 500 quid off him, and before I knew it, I owed him £2,000. I couldn't pay, so he gave me a choice. Either I spend the rest of my life in a wheelchair, or I help him with a little sideline of his. And that's how I found myself driving Johnny into the Norfolk countryside in the small hours of a sweltering August night.
Johnny, did you hear that? We're going to get soaked.
Then best you get a move on, Danny boy. Now get the spade and I'll get the bag.
Johnny was a big bloke, thick-necked, with a shaved head and cruel eyes.
I've got a really bad feeling about this, Johnny.
Too late to back out now, Danny, old son. Look, I've done this loads of times, all over the country. I've never even got close to getting caught. All right?
All right.
Now come on.
So I followed Johnny through this wheat field. I could see the ruins of St George's Church lying up ahead. We hopped over a low stone wall and into the graveyard. I looked at all the old headstones.
So which one do you want to go for?
My man'll pay good money for a woman's bones. Plus, a lot of these old dears were buried with a bit of jewellery. I did this one near Southend once. She had a necklace that fetched me £2,000. What's up? You're shaking.
Johnny, I'm scared.
Of what? The dead can't hurt you, Danny boy. It's the living you should be scared of. Now, come on.
Johnny pulled a lantern from the bag, and we went from headstone to headstone looking at the names. Then one jumped out at me.
What about this one? Annabel Cavendish, born 1833, died 1901.
Yeah, she'll do. Go on, Danny, get at it.
Are we going to take turns?
You don't keep a dog and bark yourself. Come on, chop chop.
He put the lantern down, and I started digging, while Johnny sat on the grass and kept watch. Down and down I went. I must have been at it for a few hours when my spade hit wood. Johnny jumped down beside me, happy like a little kid.
Almost there, Danny, old son. Almost there.
Johnny scraped the earth away, and there was the coffin lid. I'd had enough.
Johnny, I don't want to look. All right?
You big girl's blouse. Right, stand back.
Johnny uncovered the latches and flicked them open. He knocked on the coffin lid.
Hello, Annabel. Can I come in?
Johnny opened the lid, and a stale smell came out. I didn't want to look, but I couldn't help myself. Annabel Cavendish had long white hair. Her bones were dressed in this posh scarlet frock.
Pity, no jewellery. Never mind, she's in good nick. I reckon my man will give me about £5,000 for her.
And that's when I saw the envelope in her bony hands. I pointed at it.
Johnny, look.
He grabbed the envelope and read the front. Then he frowned and looked at me all strange.
It's addressed to you.
What? Me? He showed it to me. In old-fashioned handwriting it said, "To Daniel Simpson, Esquire." Johnny tore open the letter and started reading.
What does it say?
Shut it.
Johnny!
I said shut it.
When it finished, he looked at me strangely and his mouth fell open.
What's in it, Johnny? What does it say?
You're dead, Danny boy. Do you hear me? Dead.
Johnny, you're scaring me.
Johnny dropped the letter and started to come closer, his teeth clenched and a murderous look in his eyes.
Johnny, what's wrong? What have I done?
And Johnny screamed at the top of his lungs and tried to grab me. I leapt out the way.
Come here, you little git.
He got me by my throat. I didn't even think. I swung my spade as hard as I could. It caught Johnny full on the side of his head. He swayed a bit, and then blood started coming from his nose. He looked at me in surprise.
You've killed me.
Johnny, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Johnny's eyes flickered, and he fell backwards into the arms of Annabel Cavendish.
Oh no. Oh no, Johnny!
I felt for a pulse. There wasn't one. I wanted to be sick. My life was over. All I could think of was how I'd tell the cops. Then I remembered the letter. I picked it up and started reading, my hands shaking. I can still remember every word. It said,
My dearest Daniel, let me assure you, I mean you no harm, and realise you are here under duress. However, to repay me for your part in this venture, I want you to be the instrument of my revenge. For violating my grave and those of many others, I want you to kill this wicked man. When you have done so, you will suffer a great crisis of conscience and want to inform the authorities. But instead you will do as I ask and bury that scoundrel here with me. You will then present yourself at my solicitors, Messrs. Simeon and Black, of Portland Square, London, where you will produce this letter. On receipt, I have instructed them to burn it and release to you my full estate as reward for your night's work. Enjoy it, Daniel. Go and live somewhere warm. Find the young lady of your dreams. And don't do anything this foolish ever again. Yours, Annabel Cavendish.
My heart was beating so fast, I thought I was going to drop dead myself. I didn't know what to do, so I did what Annabel Cavendish had asked of me. I pocketed the letter, closed the lid on her and Johnny, and started filling in the grave. It took me the rest of the night. By dawn, I was done. I felt I should say a prayer.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done.
I chucked the spade in some bushes and drove in a daze back to my flat. I laid low for a few days, waiting for the cops to knock on my door, but it never came. When the estate realised Johnny had disappeared off the face of the earth, no one grieved for him, not even the cops. I packed a bag and took the train to London. I walked to Portland Square, convinced that Simeon and Black must have folded years ago, but there was their office. I showed the secretary the letter, and a gent in a pinstripe suit led me into his office. He introduced himself as Mr. Simeon.
I've waited a long time to meet you, Mr. Simpson.
He took the letter from me, then burnt it.
Well, everything seems to be in order. I'll make arrangements for the money to be transferred to your bank account this afternoon. How much is it? Let me see. Yes. You stand to inherit £3.2 million.
I nearly keeled over.
Who was she? A very remarkable woman. I remember my grandfather telling me all about her. She was a psychic, a clairvoyant. She had amongst her clients Queen Victoria, no less. So, Mr. Simpson, may I ask what you intend to do with your windfall?
So I did what Annabel Cavendish said I should do. I went to live somewhere warm. And I met the young lady in my dreams, named Annabel, strangely enough.